I mean, I am a bit speechless. Matrix 5 is in the works. I'm amazed. The last film, quite like it legitimately would have lost about $200 million. It's not a stretch, and so they announced this yesterday, and I am genuinely speechless. Matrix 5 in the works with Drew Goddard as director, Lana Wachowski on board as executive producer. We know obviously why, because legacy, part owner, IP, etc., has to be on board. But this is terrible. Like, I'm really surprised they went back for it, and they seem like quite happy about it. So here's the statement. It says, Drew came to Warner Brothers with an idea, a new idea that we all believe would be an incredible way to continue the Matrix world. So it's not a prequel, it is a continuation sequel. By both honoring what Lana and Lily began over 25 years ago and offering a unique perspective based on his own love of the series and characters. The entire team at Warner Brothers Discovery is thrilled for Drew to be making this new Matrix film, adding his vision to the cinematic canon that Wachowski spent a quarter of a century building here at the studio. Now, for those that don't know, Drew Goddard did, he wrote The Martian. So, you know, Oscar, nominated for an Oscar for writing that. He's done World War Z. He wrote World War Z.
He adapted The Martian, didn't he? Because that was a book, wasn't it?
Yeah, adapted it. Yeah, so just screenplay. He was writer and director on The Cabin in the Woods and Bad Times at the El Royale. Why are they making another one of these? Like,
I don't know. I thought the last one was so bad.
Yeah, well, he came out and said it's not hyperbole to say that the Matrix films changed both cinema and my life. Lana and Lily's exquisite artistry inspires me on a daily basis, and I'm beyond grateful for the chance to tell stories in their world. Like the last film, it had a reported budget of 190 million. It was more than that, and it only took 159 million dollars worldwide. So it's not a stretch to say this film would have lost about $200 million for Warner Brothers.
I'm surprised it made that much.
Yeah. So am I.
But, I mean, I joke about, or I mean, not even really joking, but, you know, I say how there's only 2 Terminator films and 2 Alien films and such. There is only one Matrix movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? Like, the first movie is an allegory within, like, you know, told like a anime sci-fi story. The sequels are just rip-offs of anime sci-fi stories. And there's nothing original in them. You can clearly tell they shot their load on the first film and had no idea where to go from there. And it shows. And that last film was literally, and this is how I sum up the last film. The last film is literally an old man who gets a date with an old flame and can't get it up anymore, so he has to keep popping blue pills.
That's not far off from the truth.
It is not far off from the truth. It is a sad state of affairs in that last movie. I'm like watching this thing going, I feel bad for Keanu Reeves. Like, this is horrible.
Go back and do another John Wick movie.
Yeah. I just hope he gets a big ass check for this. That's all I got to say.
Well, we don't know if he's coming back. That's the thing.
That's another thing too. You know, they might be just revamping the whole thing with new people. Yeah. Because that was the goal of the last film. Remember, that's why they
didn't work.
We did Morpheus and all that stuff. Yeah,
it did not work. Yeah. That thing was such a trash fire. I was, as somebody who's a huge fan of the original film, I was angry. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, it was garbage. Yeah, it was garbage movie.
I couldn't believe I wasted my time watching it.
It was infuriating. And I mean, I love the original film.
I thought it was a Funny or Die skit for about 20 minutes.
I think most people, you know, loved the original film. There's very few people that liked that newest film. Very, very few people that liked it. Most people thought it was utterly wank.
Yeah, it was
it's just a strange choice. Like, of all the things you could continue, or like, no, why? What are you doing? Of all the things, I mean, how much money is this one going to lose? People are tired of legacy sequels. They really are. Like, they're just not interested in this stuff.
Especially when they don't even measure up to the original product that was originally released. Like, you know, that we have very few examples of sequels that are better. T2, Aliens, Empire Strikes Back. Like, they just a lot of these new films that they're coming out with and these IPs, they just need to be one and done. Just stop doing the sequels. I mean, but again, you just never know if it's going to hit or not. In the studios, they're so clueless. I mean, they're just, it almost feels like they're like, ice fishermen. Like, get as many hooks out as you can to try to catch. You have a better chance of catching fish. And it's just like they're just throwing hooks out everywhere to try to see what sticks and what doesn't. But yeah, this is probably not going to be good.
And what H is saying isn't so much true as far as like, nobody likes legacy sequels. It's more so that these kids aren't really into this shit. You got a legacy sequel to a movie that's 25 years old here.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, these kids don't give a shit about The Matrix.
No.
They don't give a shit about The Terminator. They don't give a shit about Ghostbusters. They don't give a shit about any of these things. In fact, we just did a story about this last week, and we're working on a developing version of it, expanding upon that because it goes deeper than that. But yeah, these kids are just sick and tired of it. They want their own things, which I don't blame them. Like, I mean, it's fine if you want to make some of these properties for people like us, and once in a while we'll get a Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
But Cobra Kai was actually something, it's like the exception to the rule, right? Because Cobra Kai was like, okay, we actually have a unique angle here. What if we actually go with the idea? Because there was that famous video that went around that Daniel was the bully. It's like, okay, well, let's take that for a second and kind of flip it around here. Because yeah, through Johnny's perspective, Daniel was the bully, right? Or not so much the bully, but he was the antagonist, right? So they ran with that, and it worked. And you added a new generation, and people liked the kids, unlike Star Wars and some of these other ones where they have tried to shove kids in. Even Ghostbusters, as much as I like the film, I'll be the first one to say that, yeah, Podcast and Lucky did not need to be in this new one. In fact, the movie would have been better had they not been there.
Oh, God, yes.
That being said, like, that's not bringing in the kids. And I mean, I know the first thing you'll say is Kong and Godzilla aren't new, and neither is Dune. But to these kids, Dune is new. They don't know what the hell Dune is. We haven't had a Dune movie in 20 plus years, and that was a TV movie. Plus, it's got Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya in it. Two people they really like, and the same thing with Kong and Godzilla. This is their Kong and Godzilla. This has been around now for 10 years. So a lot of these kids, they grew up with this shit, right? But the rest of this stuff, they don't care.
Yeah.
They don't give a crap about Neo. You think they do? No, they've never seen the original Matrix.
Well, I think one of the only perhaps saving graces of this is that they would have lost substantial amounts of money on the last one, like a lot of money. So this must have been a really good pitch. I'm hoping. And that's really, really hoping that it must have been a really, really good pitch to be like, yeah, okay, we'll greenlight that. Because they, you think of how risk averse these companies are. It's quite rare that they're going to greenlight a movie, and it's not been that many. It's not been that long since the last one, and it tanked hard again, hundreds of millions of dollars. So you'd think you wouldn't have done it unless they're absolutely certain it's going to do well, right? Like there is that factor to sort of raise a point to here, because it's very unusual for them to do such a risk otherwise like that so quickly.
Didn't Warner buy Village Roadshow out of their portion of this for the last movie, or are they still part of it too? Because that was my next question: is who's paying for this?
No, I think they did.
I
think they did.
Because Village Roadshow might be the other ones who might be paying for it too, if they're still involved or not. That was my question. Because
I can't remember. I'm
trying to remember, because there was a bunch of stuff that went on behind the scenes with the last one. Because that was also the deal with the Wachowskis, where they told him, like, we're going to make it with or without you. And see, that's what I think I remember right, is they signed everybody for 3 movies. So I'm sitting here going, is this like a contractual thing? And that's where I was joking and half-assed being serious about the Constantine sequel possibly being one of the things that got Keanu to sign on to this stuff. Because I could see that being the case, because I don't see him really wanting to do this, but I could see him wanting to do that Constantine sequel. And that's the only way I could see that thing happening. is if it was a contractual thing. So I'm starting to wonder on that. I'd have to look it up now, but I can't remember. I know there was a bunch of stuff going on behind the scenes with this when that last one was done. There was a bunch of contracts and stuff. Yeah.
I can't remember, to be honest. But yeah, you are potentially right there. Yeah, bizarre.
Keanu's been wanting to do that Constantine sequel for a while.
Forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
I hope
right.
that we get Constantine. I don't think this Matrix thing is a good plan.
No.
You know, not that anybody's going to listen to me, but I mean, I think it's a bad idea.
I would listen to you, Culture.
All right. Fair enough.
Well, there you go. I don't think we have much else to say on this. It's I reckon it'll bomb, but we shall see. We shall see. I'm hoping it's a great pitch, because otherwise, why would they have done it? That's my hope. I'm hoping it's a great pitch. We do actually have there's a super chat over on Streamlabs about this, guys, and it's from D. So he sent in $20 for this. And again, guys, if you're going to send in super chats, please don't send it via YouTube. You can if you have to, but please do send it on Streamlabs, because YouTube takes 30% of your money. So D, with his $20 super chat, says the second Renaissance is the best things from The Matrix. And let's be real, The Matrix is a poor copy of Dark City. And he says, this is a hill I will die on. Dark City is effing epic. I absolutely love Dark City. Dark City is such an incredible film. I'm hoping you guys are not, living under a rock and you have actually watched Dark City. Have you all watched Dark City here?
Oh, yeah.
Like 25 years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Oh, you want to rewatch it. It's so good.
I believe you.
It's well worth your time. It's such a good film. Brilliant. Yes. Thank you so much for that, D. We also had some super chats here from Burke for $5. Says, what was worse to sit through, Matrix 4 or Halo Season 1? Oh, Matrix 4. Halo Season 1 was funny bad. It was terrible, but
probably less investment too.
Yeah, exactly. Matrix 4 was just plain bad. Right, it wasn't even on an entertaining level. It was just a bad film. Anyone else? Anyone else on this one?
No, but I was just gonna say I did see that here. It does look like Village Roadshow is still a part of the Matrix, I think. Because they sued Warner Brothers over them putting it on streaming. Is what was the deal with everyone? Yeah, so maybe they're ponying up the money for this.
Yeah, they were pretty pissed.
Yeah, can believe that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. No worries. Right, well, let's